Taking over, we dey go harder. Taking over, we dey show Ghana.
Welcome to the game plan, and guys, I'm sorry, I just had to play that song. Like, Shatta is like my main guy right now, and that song is just like, we're taking over, and that's what the game plan is doing, right? Taking over your evenings at 9 p.m. So I just had to share that song with you. My name is Godfred, Akoto, Boafo, and another packed evening for us as we meet to discuss sports, all things local. I know a lot of you have been asking why you're not talking about the Champions League and all the things that happened there. It's not my business. If you want to discuss the Champions League, look, that's what we have only the champions for. They will discuss all the Champions League football for you. On the game plan, we are discussing everything local. Okay, my first point of call. The sports minister has issued a statement banning all non-football activities at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium pitch. And this was during his visit to the stadium. And I said in an earlier episode of the show that the sports minister was doing, a routine tour. He has reached Kumasi. And in Kumasi, he was not very happy with the state of the pitch. Asked a couple of questions, and basically the NSA's response was that they needed to find ways to raise money. And the best way to do that was to rent out the pitch for funerals, parties, concerts, other things other than football. But here's the problem. The pitch is in horrible state. It's almost unplayable, the Baba Yara one. I was there, 2 months ago for a league game. It was overgrown, it was bumpy, it was not conducive for football. So I am very happy that the sports minister has made the decision. This is one of the few decisions he's made I'm happy with. Early days yet, yes, early days yet. But banning non-football activities on the pitch at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium, fantastic, fantastic for me. And I hope that it continues on other places. Accra Sports Stadium, ban non-football activities there as well. I'll be very happy, okay? So, Isaac Isiama, like you have a thumbs up for that one. Okay, we'll follow through, staying with Isaac Isiama and co, because it's been, 100 days? And Nanado and his government listed what? They enumerated 103 achievements across all sectors. Did they talk about sports in there? Nope, they did not. 103, nothing sports. Again, like I said, early days yet, but I'm a bit disappointed. Because I've said time and time again that if they really want to make an impact with sports, the best place to start, and the only place to start, in fact, is the National Sports Authority. Because it's at the heart of everything we do. Forget football. I always say football is huge, but football is not the only sport. There are 30 plus other federations who are doing all kinds of sports, overseen by the National Sports Authority. And the National Sports Authority currently is inept, completely incompetent, incapable of handling anything in this country. So for me, I would have expected that by now, they would have named a new director general. No offense to Joe Penge, but he is incompetent as a DG of the National Sports Authority. He might be good at something, but not at being director general of the National Sports Authority. Infrastructure has been horrible under him. He has failed to find, innovative ways of generating revenue. Everything has fallen down around Joe Penge. They've not had electricity for almost a year, but his office always has air conditioning. That one I can tell you. You can go to the stadium tomorrow during working hours. No electricity anywhere. Only Joe Penge's office has air conditioning, but nobody else is working. Meanwhile, you're charging rent. What is that? So for me, the best thing they could have done in the 100 days, fire Joe Penge. Right? Fire Joe Penge. And I think that they would have been on the right track to getting some positive results. Aside that, we'll give them another 100 days, and then we'll take it from there. We cannot add Kwesi Appiah as a success because he hasn't even taken over yet. So we'll give them some time on that and then move on. So that is it from Isaac Isiama and the government and their 100 days. The big issue today, sports car. Sports car. Now, I remember when the announcement was made that an organization was entering Ghana football. Now listen carefully. That was willing to pay 20,000 Ghana cedis to every Premier League club every month. Pay 10,000 every month to Division 1 clubs. They were going to pay players 2,000 Ghana cedis a month. Division 1 players were going to receive 1,000 along with female players. Journalists, we were going to get $800,000 to travel around the country to cover the local league. $800,000. And all these promises were made by Sportscal. This was in November, fronted by one of the most revered journalists in this country, Dr. Kwekwo Fuswasare, lecturer at GIMPA. At the moment, at that time, I had my doubts, and I wrote about it. I spoke about it publicly in a lot of places that I believed it was one huge scam. I'm not convinced that it's not a scam, because every time we call to check, hey, Sports Carl, what's happening? When are we going to start seeing the benefits of all these promises you made? We are preparing ourselves. Who are the faces behind Sports Carl? Who is paying for all these things? You will know them later. I mean, come on. What kind of responses are those? This whole Sports Carl drama. And a lot of guys were taken in by this. I wasn't one of those taken in. Let me be honest with you. I've had my doubts, and I'll keep on saying it. This thing was a scam. Let's call it that. Because what was the end game for this Sports Carl? To own players in the Ghana League? How many players can you own and sell, guaranteed, for you to make this kind of investment? To pay journalists $800,000? How was that money even going to be split? They said to pay for transportation and accommodation for when we travel to cover local league games. So what, you're going to give me $2,000 per trip? Yeah, fine, I'm amenable to it. But sometimes, not all that glitters is gold. And my old man has a saying, if it sounds too good to be true, most of the time, it is not true. So Sports Carl ended up not being true. And I'm disappointed that my good friend, Dr. Kwekwo Fuswasare, is part of this. And basically is the face of it, which is the problem, because he's just supposed to be a facilitator. It is incredible that a deal that overall is worth $44 million. That was the total value of the deal that Sports Carl presented in November when they invited the whole of Ghana to their offices somewhere in East Legon to have a conversation. $44 million. And you could not point to one individual as a managing director, as a director, as a facilitator from the investor from the UAE. Till date, all the individuals we know from Sports Carl are people who do not have access to the cash. They are just, go-betweens. Kwekwo Fuswasare, one-man supporter. Frank Boahin, Greengrass Technology. He has not been paid for 3 years, and he's sitting there. You think that if he had access to that kind of cash, he would have been waiting to be paid for the past 3 years and fired all his workers? Come on. This whole Sports Carl thing, I need to say, this is one huge scam. And I hope that no Premier League club buys into this, because you're going to end up getting duped. So this Sports Carl thing, put it aside. One huge scam. Very, very disappointed. And we're going to be hearing more about this on Pulse TV on another game plan. Huge issues with it. Now, time is almost up for me, but I need to wrap up on some good news. Richmond Boachiado. Yay! He's in Serbia scoring goals. He scored what? 8 goals in 11 games for Red Star Belgrade. Well, Red Star Belgrade are not as great as they used to be, but he's still scoring goals. Now, this was a player 3-4 years ago we had so much hope in. He was going to be the next big thing. Juventus signed him. He's become a journeyman since then. He's played in Holland. He's played in Serie B. He's played in several clubs in Serie B. He's been all over the place. Injuries have also come in. He's never fulfilled the potential that we saw. He seems to be coming into his own in Serbia, but Richmond Boachiado had the potential to be so much more. So I'm a bit happy that he seems to be discovering some semblance of form. I'm not saying he's ready to come and start playing for the national team and whatnot. No. But I'm simply recognizing the improvements that have been made compared to what we saw 3 years ago. If Serbia is where he has rediscovered himself, maybe he should just get himself a permanent deal and stay in Serbia, because Italy does not seem to be working for him. Spain did not work for him. Holland did not work for him. Maybe Serbia is the magic location. So Richmond Boachiado, Oliver Asa, whatever it is he's eating in Serbia, keep feeding it to him. Keep letting him do it. I hope perhaps he settled down a bit. Has a bit of a reputation as a wild child, Richmond. Yeah, a lot of you. He doesn't look it. Oh yeah, call him Bonnie Rough. Is that me catch him? Bad boy. But he's doing the business. So that's what matters on the football pitch. Very, very happy about it. Glad that you could join me for another episode of The Game Plan. It's getting more exciting. Keep sending your comments and your messages, and keep reading pulse.com.gh. Keep watching Pulse TV. Good night.